Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Eden.
I'm Alia.
Yeah.
So I wanted to first of all thank you so much for inviting me to be here.
Thank you for being here.
It is such an honor, and I have to thank you for introducing me to Points of Light in this service organization.
Fantastic. Fantastic organization. Yes, definitely.
So I was also honored when you asked me to talk about mentorship, a little about our relationship. I have to say you're one of the most phenomenal young women I've had the pleasure of meeting, with such a stellar career on stage and screen, 2 Broadway shows, Fences opposite Denzel Washington, The Lion King. Of course, we know Disney's The Lion King. And also, more recently, Annie, opposite Jamie Foxx. Yes. All of the things that you're doing, you are now matriculating at Hampton University. There's some Hampton. and you know, pursuing your education in case acting, you know, doesn't work out.
Doesn't work out, yeah.
She's studying physics because she might be an astrophysicist one day. I like telling people that.
Thank you.
So with all of your achievements, I guess one of the questions that immediately comes to mind for me is how you decide what qualities you're looking for in a mentor, and you know, how you go about choosing your mentors.
I think a mentor's job would mainly, for me, would mainly be to guide and to support, but not to create a second version of themselves. I think that it would be in their best interest to give the best advice and to help pave the journey for their mentee and help them make that journey a little bit more easier to navigate. And I think it's very important for everyone to have their own journey, because the only way that you can do anything really is to conquer something at the standard that you want to, or make your own mistakes. But at the same time, it is very important to take into account the shoulders that you are standing on, and listen to the counsel invested in you by mentors. And I think that pretty much takes over the balance between mentor, mentee, and how much government both has in that mentee's life. And I think that's how I would choose my mentors, is really honing in on not creating a clone, but helping to guide and to advise more than anything else. But I think for me, it would be interesting to know, what do you look for in a mentee? What aspects of a mentee do you think is very important to emphasize for us and young people out there, or even older people who were looking for mentors?
Well, I think, you know, for me, initiative is the first thing. When people approach me about, with questions about career, I'm curious to know how passionate they are about what they're pursuing, and what has generated their interest in what they're pursuing, and in understanding that about a person before engaging in the relationship. And then persistence, because I get bogged down in, you know, everything that I'm doing in my life. So a mentee that is persistent and will keep asking me if I haven't answered the question that they want answered, is key to making for a strong relationship. I think one of the things that we talked about is persistence in the life of the mentorship, you know, and so understanding where the mentee is throughout the lifespan of the relationship is, you know, an important aspect, I think, of making it a strong relationship.
That aspect of communication, yeah.
So I know that I've been given some incredible advice by mentors. One thing that comes to mind is taking a seat at the table. I think that Sheryl Sandberg recently made that her first most important point in a conversation about empowering women, and that the idea that we should have a voice and be sitting at the boardroom table and not taking a back seat.
Absolutely.
And so with that, I want to know what advice you've had from a mentor that comes to mind.
I think the best advice that I've gotten from anyone really is pretty similar. Don't let anyone diminish your light, because you should always know your worth. Always know that you're worth more than what you may set yourself out to be. And always speak your mind. Always stand up for what you believe in. Always speak about things that you want to be spoken about. Start conversation, and make sure that you're heard. I think it's very important, and I think it's very similar to the things that you've learned. So yeah.
Well, I think that's a very empowering note to conclude on. I'd have to encourage mentorship, absolutely.
Definitely.
And what we've talked about is that it is a give and take situation. Eden brought me here today and introduced me to this organization. And with all of the things that you're doing, I can only say that I look forward to celebrating your success going forward.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.